In the heart of West Africa, a new wave of leadership is emerging, one that challenges the status quo and redefines the future of the continent. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the young military leader of Burkina Faso, is leading this revolution, and today, we'll explore how he's rising to power and what it means for Africa and the world. Born in the 1980s, Ibrahim Traoré grew up in a turbulent Burkina Faso, a country that has seen its fair share of political instability. As a young man, he enlisted in the military, where his skills, intelligence, and leadership qualities quickly set him apart. But it was the coup in 2022, after the fall of President Roch-Marc Christian Kabore, that thrust Traoré into the global spotlight. Amid rising insecurity due to jihadist insurgencies in the Sahel region, the people of Burkina Faso were frustrated with their government's failure to combat these threats. In 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traoré stepped in, leading a military coup that ousted the former president. His rise to power was not just the result of a coup but the product of a wave of discontent with Burkina Faso's leadership. His promise to restore order, fight corruption, and push for national unity resonated with the people. After assuming power, Traoré quickly set about reshaping the country's military and political structures. His leadership was pragmatic, focusing not just on military victories but also on gaining the trust of his people. In his early days in office, he implemented policies that aimed at securing the country from external and internal threats. He's been vocal about wanting to reduce the influence of foreign powers, especially former colonial rulers. His stance was clear: Burkina Faso would no longer be a puppet of the West. Traoré's call for national sovereignty and his actions against foreign military presence were bold moves that resonated with many across the African continent. But for Western powers, his leadership represented a challenge to their influence in the region. The challenge to Western powers. One of the key pillars of Ibrahim Traoré's leadership is his stance against Western influence. After taking power, he made it clear that Burkina Faso's interests would no longer be tied to the West. This bold declaration was aimed directly at the French military presence in the country, which had been a contentious issue for years. In 2022, Traoré expelled French forces, who had been stationed in Burkina Faso to combat jihadist militants. This move was seen as a symbolic rejection of France's neo-colonial influence in Africa. Traoré didn't just challenge France but also questioned the broader involvement of Western powers in African politics and security. The Western world was caught off guard. France, the former colonial power, condemned the coup but found itself powerless to do much. The United States, along with the European Union, imposed sanctions on Burkina Faso, but Traoré's position only strengthened among his people. In fact, the move to expel foreign forces became a rallying cry for other African nations, many of whom have also faced similar struggles with foreign intervention. Traoré's actions sparked a broader conversation about Africa's independence, sovereignty, and the need to move away from former colonial ties. Traoré's vision for Africa's future. Traoré's leadership extends beyond Burkina Faso. He sees his rise as part of a broader African awakening. He believes that Africa must take charge of its destiny and free itself from the shackles of foreign influence. His words have resonated not just in Burkina Faso, but across the continent. In speeches and public addresses, Traoré has called for a united Africa. One that relies on its own resources, its own military, and its own economic systems. This vision aligns with the growing Pan-African sentiment among many African leaders and citizens who feel that Africa must stop being exploited by outside powers. His leadership has contributed to the rise of a new generation of African leaders who are ready to take the mantle of self-determination. He has become an icon for those pushing for greater political and economic independence. African youth, in particular, have rallied behind his message of empowerment. It's not just about Burkina Faso. Traoré is symbolizing a larger shift in African leadership. A shift away from the old order of dependency on Western nations to a new era of self-sufficiency and solidarity. Despite his popularity, Ibrahim Traoré faces significant challenges on the home front. Burkina Faso is still embroiled in a fierce struggle against jihadist insurgencies, and the country's economy has suffered under the weight of sanctions and internal conflict. To address these issues, Traoré has called for national unity and solidarity. His government has prioritized national security, working to build a more cohesive military and civilian force capable of defending the country from extremists. While Traoré's government has made strides in securing parts of the country, the fight is far from over. He's been forced to make difficult decisions, balancing the fight against insurgents with the need to maintain internal stability. But his focus on national unity has earned him the respect of many across the country. Burkina Faso is one of the poorest countries in the world, but Traoré's leadership has reinvigorated a sense of hope among the population. People believe in his vision, and that belief is helping to stabilize the country during a turbulent time. As Traoré's influence grows, the world is watching closely. His leadership represents a shift in Africa's political dynamics, one that could inspire other nations to pursue similar paths of self-determination. But what does the future hold for him? For many African countries, Ibrahim Traoré has become a symbol of defiance against foreign powers and a beacon of hope for a more self-sufficient continent. His leadership could inspire more military coups or peaceful movements, leading to a wider political shift across Africa. The road ahead is uncertain. While Traoré has the support of his people, his leadership faces both internal and external challenges. But one thing is certain, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is a figure to watch, not just for the future of Burkina Faso, but for the future of Africa. In the end, Traoré's rise to power is about more than just Burkina Faso. It's about the future of Africa as a whole. Will the continent rise to its potential, free from the shackles of its colonial past? Only time will tell, but Ibrahim Traoré is leading the charge. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership is shaping the future of Burkina Faso and possibly the whole African continent. His defiance against Western influence and his vision for a unified, independent Africa have earned him a place in history. Do you believe his revolution will succeed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We'll keep bringing you the latest updates on Africa's most influential leaders and revolutionary movements.